Sick. Sorry, Shaky, you there? Yeah, got a bit sick and missed the practice game and sort of had no chance to force your hand, and became a net bowler for 2.5 months, whatever it is. So that was disappointing not to get a go, when I think at that stage I would have, that was my best chance to really open it up and have a good crack at it. And then I might have missed another 1 or 2 years, maybe.
Was it 2008, 2018 then that you went to Rajasthan?
That was Rajasthan. Yeah, it might have been the year after. Yeah, in Rajasthan, and which was awesome. I'm trying to think how that connection worked there. I don't really know. I think they might have just liked me. Normally, you know someone, but I think that was just they might have liked what I was doing.
Yeah.
And Rajasthan was great. I got to play, not sure, 7, 8, 9 games or something there. Yeah. So that was really cool to be part of that and be able to play. I didn't nail it. It wasn't horrendous, but didn't nail it again. But really cool. And I sort of was a bit more of a bowling coach there, which was great to be able to talk to some of the guys and to have guys.
What's it like? What's it like out there, Benny? What's like a day in the IPL playing for? Was it different much between the 3 teams that you played for? Like, what do you do on a daily basis? I mean, to me, it just looks like you play a game in the late afternoon. You know, you chill with your mates. There might be a party in the evening or something with a couple of Bollywood stars. I mean, what's it like?
Yeah. So I think that was IPL 1 or 2, which was a bit like that, and then a bit more party scene. And then when I got there, IPL 3 at Chennai they were pretty family. So a lot of partners out, kids out, all that sort of stuff. So that was a nice culture there. Sunrisers, I used to be, who was it? Me, Davey Warner, Kane Williamson, and Moses Enriques were sort of the 4 overseas. And post-game, we would go to Davey's room and play 500, order a pizza and go to bed at like 5 in the morning or something. Someone might have had one beer once in a while, but I don't think I got drunk that whole tour. So it's like, people think IPL's all glitz and glamour, and we're basically sitting there eating pizza and talking crap.
Just chilling with some mates, just chilling with your mates.
Yeah, and then Rajasthan was great. They were probably more of an all-in, as in owners are around a lot more, and all great people and all sort of in together, and a bit more camaraderie between marketing departments and all that sort of stuff. So that was a really good feel at Rajasthan as well. And you also change in your life. So I had no kids. I wasn't even married when I went to Chennai. I think I was engaged. I think I was engaged, and then to the Rajasthan, you've got one kid, another kid on the way. So you might spend 4 or 5 hours on FaceTime talking crap to the little fella. So it's your life experience changes as well. But no, it's all cool. And India's just an amazing place to be on. But they're pretty full on days. You don't get too many down days in the IPL. It's either traveling, playing, or doing a promo, trying to dance and make people laugh. So it's good fun though.
And player wise, I mean, you played with superstars out there in these tournaments. Who do you have fond memories of getting to know that you've maybe never met before?
I got to meet Josh Butler, which was pretty cool. So I think I used to sit next to Josh on the bus, and it was so during this IPL was when he might have got 8 50s in a row, and then they picked him for the test match on the back of that, basically. So just having chats to him about where his mind sort of got to and how clear he was and how well he was reading the game. That was pretty cool. Learned a great life lesson. So Ben Stokes was in that team as well, and it was the event that happened with the fight, whatever Stokesy got in. So I'd sort of I'm very much against anything like that. So I'd sort of put a line through Stokes. It was like, I'm not getting him time of day. He's no good. To meet the person and how generous and kind-hearted and loving this man is, and what a cracking teammate and person to be with. Gave me a big sense that some people can make mistakes occasionally, or even though I think he didn't even make a mistake, he just got portrayed that he did. You got to give people can make mistakes, and you can learn from that. And so that was a nice life lesson to learn at 34 or whatever I was at that stage. Which was cool. But all these great people you meet, like to get to know Mastoni a little bit was amazing as a yeah, so a bench player to see him and the way he goes about things. Yeah, you meet some amazing people, and even all the coaches like Warnie's floating around and all these sorts of people. So yeah, it's strange to think that I've actually met all these amazing, wonderful people. But yeah, and even some of the Indian guys, like a Jinky Rahane, I've never met probably a more beautiful and kind-hearted man than what he is, and with his time, and yeah, how they go about things and how they have to deal with the different world. Like we're living over in India and the fanfare and things compared to what goes on in a little quiet beachside of Noosa where I'm from. Yeah.
Yeah. No, look, I could listen to. You're the first proper person I've been able to really pick the brains of the whole IPL experience. It just sounds amazing. Sounds tiring. Sounds like it's not what it all portrayed like. That you're just all having a royal party majority of the time.
Nah, you go through some dark days, that's for sure. I remember Dirk Nannis was with me at Chennai, and he might have done every IPL up until then, and he told me everyone hits breaking point. It might be week 2, week 6, or week 8. Everyone hits breaking point, and you have a couple of dark days, and you sort of come out the other side. But yeah, it's tough, especially as you get older and you've got family and kids at home, like being away.
Yeah,
it's a nightmare. But fortunately, you're doing something that you love, so it's sort of pros and cons. Yeah.
Yeah. You went on again. I mean, just to go through a couple of years, you then made another move. You took the plunge to move to the Adelaide Strikers around 2014. You went on to take 13 wickets in your first season there. By 2015, you became the first bowler in Big Bash to take 50 wickets. Mate, that's a phenomenal achievement. Yeah, it must be one you're very proud of.
Yeah, pretty cool. I think I've played the most games, Shaki, so you probably should take the most wickets, shouldn't you? But yeah, it's cool.
You're very humble, mate. You're very humble. But no, still, I give you. You still got to take those wickets. Still got to get them.
Yeah. No, it's cool, and it's probably something I'll look back on more when it's all done and whatever. But no, it's cool. It's nice to be and yeah, moving to Adelaide was great. It was I was done in Tassie and Hobart, so yeah, it was mentally needed a bit of a freshen up and try and get back into it. And Darren Berry, who was coach of Adelaide at that stage, yeah, was a big fan, and I've always wanted to work with Darren, so that was cool to be able to get over with him. And he had a real defensive bowling mindset, and that was the way he was trying to get his squad together. So yeah, I loved it. Worked really well, and yeah, I think I ended up having 5 years in Adelaide, it's been awesome fun.
No, quality. 2016 as well. 9 wickets at an average of 14.9. You know, you've been doing it, and all over for many years, and you're probably one of the, along with one of your old mates who you played at with Clydesdale, Yasser Arafat. You two have just taken the T20 franchise cricket by storm. I mean, you came up. Yasser and you were acquainted again at some points in the Big Bash.
Yeah, we had a couple of games against each other at Perth. Yeah, which was cool. And yeah, bump into Yass here and there, which is always nice. He actually sent me randomly. I hadn't spoken to him for probably a year. Yass, he sent me a little photo of me and Steno, and I think it was the amateur from Greenock that year. I can't remember what his name was.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were up on some castle top somewhere. It was an old Polaroid that he had a photo of, and it was cool. But yeah, amazing all the people you meet along the way, and yeah, nice to be intertwining with Yasser. But Yasser had an amazing career, and I think his stats are just ridiculous. I don't think he ever got enough credit for what he actually did in the game. Yeah,
I've actually recorded with him as well, Benny. So you need to watch out for his episode. But yeah, he probably should have played more internationally for Pakistan with what his stats, especially in the T20 format. But it's pretty cool for me, being back in Scotland to see you guys playing against each other all these years later, and leading performers in your team as well. Amazing. I want to talk to you about a moment that you were part of. A bit of controversy here, Benny. We've got to bring the controversy in. Where you were playing in a game, a Big Bash game, and the commentator Mark Howard is reported is sending a message to Brad Hodge to let him know that you'd got Shane Watson out twice in the last 8 balls, and it was a big conspiracy afterwards, and it got investigated. It was like the game was brought into disrepute. Do you know what went down there?
Have you seen it, or have you just read the article, Shaki?
I've just read up on it, mate. I've read up on it.
Yeah. So it was tongue in cheek. There's a little bit of like things line up that make it look a bit bad. So we have a stats guy who does all our stats and gives us interesting stuff, and he actually works for Fox Sports as well. So he was sort of sitting on screen, and he was the one that gave the information to Howie to relate to Hodgie. So it wasn't really, they were just having tongue in cheek. Hodgie's always having a giggle with the boys. I think Watto was smacking him, and they sort of said, "Oh, what are you going to do here, Hodgie?" And he goes, "I don't know. What have you got? You guys got any ideas?" And I think Howie said, "Oh, Ben's actually got a
get Ben Laughlin on,
whatever, something like that." Yeah, and which was weird. And I remember I was at mid-off, and Hodgie would have been hiding at 45 or something, and he was like, "Right, next over, this end," and I was like, "It's the third over, like." I don't bowl before the sixth over. Like, I might bowl the last over of the power play. That's it, sort of thing. And then never early. And I was like, this doesn't make sense. This is way too early, but whatever. Yeah. Right, I'll have a crack. This doesn't suit me. And Watto hit me for 20 or something, didn't he? Or 15. That never gets talked about. Yeah.
So all right, okay. So it totally backfired. So what? It's a bit, people always trying to make a big deal out of nothing. I mean, if you got him out, then I could understand. But if he twatted you, then
yeah,
it didn't work.
I think we were both dead. We both couldn't make the finals. It was the last game of the year. Yeah, there wasn't. It's more of a public beat up on it. I can understand how it could have gone pear shaped if it was a bit more on the game, and I had got a wicket. And but I think they both got a big talking to about that. But there was nothing.
Nothing
back.
There's nothing.
Not really.
Not much to it. I'll take you on to a better moment. I've seen this. This one I have seen. Possibly the greatest catch ever taken in the history of cricket. Unfortunately, you don't even get given the credit for the catch.
Don't even
but it was Dwayne Bravo batting, and he smacked this one off Rashid Khan, and it was comfortably heading for 6. You've come flying round, caught it one-handed. You were going over the rope. You weren't going to be able to keep. The catch would have been void, and you've thrown the ball about 30 metres. I don't know who you threw it to. Maybe you can let me know who took it. But Damien Fleming on commentary reckoned it was the greatest bit of fielding he's ever seen on a cricket field. Yeah,
it was pretty good. No, I threw it to Jackie Weatherall. Yeah, so a little backhander Jackie, who was he was deep cover and I was long off, sort of thing. So threw it to him, and it was a little bit further away than I wanted to from him, so he sort of had to dive just to make it look better as well. But it's so that's took that catch at Etihad, or I don't know what it's called now. It might still be called Etihad, which is the ground in Melbourne where the Renegades play, but it's got a roof, so the whole ground's cover. And it's a different. It's really different catching under the roof, and I really enjoy it. I remember catching it, training the day before, going, can't drop one here. This is like so easy. I'm seeing them so well. And normally I was thinking I was going to drop 3 or 4, but it was one of those. I play out a lot of things in my head, Jackie, and I'd always thought of like, well, instead of trying to throw it up and get it yourself, why don't you try and give it some gas and throw it to someone that's already there, sort of thing, and they can run onto it. So I'd sort of played that in my head beforehand, and it all sort of lined up. Yeah, fortunately, when I caught it,
who was it? You were aware of where your man was that you wanted to throw?
I knew I had a deep cover. Yeah, so if I got it high enough and in his direction, he should be able to run around and sort of get there. I don't think I actually saw him. It was just that's where he sort of should be. I'll throw it that way, sort of thing.
To give it height, give it distance, and he should be able to get it.
Somewhere there. Yeah, I could have missed him by 20 metres and looked like a dick, but worked out all right. Yeah,
amazing. Look, it's you're still playing. You're still you're still Adelaide. You've also had
up in Brisbane now. So
back up in Brisbane
last year. Yeah, so I did the full circle. So I started up here, and I'll hopefully finish up here if I can.
So they've got some love for you again back up in Queensland.
They're back, Brisbane do. Queensland not so much, but Brisbane boys do, which is all right.
Good.
So
good to hear. And now obviously back near family again. Must be loving that.
Yeah, actually, so they came previous season, got my mum and all that sort of tickets and stuff for the year. Mum said it's the first time she's seen me play in 10 years where she can cheer like with the home team. Like it's always,
Yeah.
I'm always playing at the Gabba as the away team, and so that was nice for her to say that, and to have my cousins come and my nieces and nephews and all that sort of stuff is
class, mate.
Cool.
Class.
It's nice to be able to and get the boys come out on the oval with me after games and try and slog a few. So it's good fun.
No, it's quality, mate. You look like you're in a fantastic twilight of your career now. You've got your family. It's bright, great future. What's the future aspirations, Benny? I mean, how many more years do you think you're likely to play?
I've got one more on contract, so which is this one. So we'll see how this plays out. But at this stage, I want to keep going and play for as long as I can. Yeah, I still love it, still enjoy it. I'm sort of working through the mind at the moment to I reckon I've got 2 more weeks and then I start bashing myself again and getting in a lot of pain from running and strength and bowling and all that sort of stuff. So I'm working up to that. But cricket, it affords me to have such a great lifestyle now, especially being a franchise player. I'm left to my own devices. So if I rock up out of shape or unhealthy or injured, it's all my fault sort of thing. So I get complete reign over my program and I can train when I want to train and I'm not relying on schedules from other people. So it's, it's pretty cool to have that much freedom to be able to do stuff. So it's worked pretty well last few years.
Is there anything overseas that you're obviously we're in the middle of a pretty strange time, but was there anything on the horizon?
I was actually in India playing in it was like a Masters League when this whole thing sort of blew up. I think Sachin was playing and a few other guys. So I was in the old Australian team.
Did Tino Best
Tino
play in that?
Yeah, everyone was scared crapless of him because he was too fast. So so we were there for that, and I was supposed to go to there was a World 11 versus an Asian 11 in Bangladesh that was supposed to happen. Okay. But that fell over because of all this as well. So that didn't end up happening. But I didn't. Yeah, my season wasn't good enough to probably get too many more gigs this winter, so it hasn't really affected me too much. Hopefully, I played in the Abu Dhabi T10 last year, which was great fun.
Oh
really
yeah,
enjoying fun.
I seen you turned into a bit of a model these days as well. As I seen a picture of you. I'll probably use that one when I promote our show. What's that like to play in?
Oh, awesome. Great fun. Yeah. And the timing of it leading into Big Bash, it's basically you go and do 2 hours of death bowling every night for 2 weeks against the best players in the world. So it's from that point of view, it's great. And there's not massive amounts of pressure on you as in the bowling wise, because everyone just gets smacked. So it's sort of, it's not a horrible, when you get whacked, you don't feel as bad as you do in normal games, I suppose. But so that's perfect. So I think that's slated to be kicking off. I think it's early November, I think. So hopefully everything's sort of sorted by then and that goes ahead. So that'd be great to play that and then into Big Bash again. And to be honest, Shaki, I'm pretty happy if that's my year. I really dislike going away for too long. So T10's only 2 weeks
it must
away.
be getting harder and harder every time now. Your 2 boys are at that really amazing stage where Dad being around is a big key.
Yeah, and I don't know, you got to weigh up money and family and all these sorts of things. So I'm sort of leaning towards, as long as I can keep just doing Big Bash and maybe one more little one. A lot of time at home and the family is really good.
And do you see yourself transitioning into staying in the game and going into coaching?
I really enjoy the coaching side, but just the travel again is the big deterrent there. So hopefully I can do stuff. I think I'll be involved in something, if it's either setting up my own little one-on-one coaching sort of thing, or if it's doing some mentoring down at the Centre of Excellence at Brisbane. Some of the junior cricketers, that'd be great. But a little Big Bash bowling role would be fine.
Yeah, that would be right. That would be
going overseas.
That would be right up your street.
Yeah,
not having just travelling around Australia would be all right, as long as you didn't have to leave the country. Yeah,
that's at this stage. Yeah, that's sort of where I'm at. But life changes a little bit. But no, I love it, and it seems a waste. I don't know. You've sort of done all this. If it wasn't cricket, if it was a different profession, you would have done all this study and all this. And if you just walk away from it after 20 years, it's a bit of a waste of all your study and stuff, isn't it? So hopefully I can.
I think you're made for it. I think you've got so much experience to pass on to the next generation of young fast bowlers coming through in Australia, especially with all this T20 around. I mean, you're a master of T20 cricket. You've done it all over the world, so I'm pretty sure somebody will snap you up in Australia. But for now, good luck with the rest of your career, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure, talking to you. It's been so long. I really, really appreciate it. Again, I pinged you a message, asked you if you'd come on, and it was, easy to sort out. We had to work out the time difference a little bit, but that was pretty straightforward. What time is it now on your end?
What are we? Were probably about 9 p.m. or something. So yeah, it's time to crash. I had to make it when the kids were asleep, mate. Otherwise, we wouldn't have got it done.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was thinking you might have the two boys jumping all over them. But look, no, you go and rest up and enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you very much for joining me, and please spread the word if you can of my show. And I'm looking to speak with cricketers from all over the world, so there should be some good content for people in Australia to have a watch.
No worries. Thanks for having me, Shaki. Good to catch up.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.